Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Welcome. I'm Tom Sinclair, that VidBlaster guy. Tell you what, whoops, what happened there? Goodness gracious. I went away. No telling. All these buttons to push. It's quite challenging, but it's a lot of fun. Remember, one guy with one PC and not too many fingers can do one pretty darn good broadcast. At least that's our theme for the show. One guy, one PC, one awesome broadcast. And today we hope to bring you some awesome information that can make your one guy, one PC experience a lot more gratifying and fun and more professional. So get your notepads. We're going to school on this one. It's going to be fun, though. We're going to be talking about the overlay module. The overlay module, and that is a real workhorse module in VidBlaster. Very efficient, very effective, very versatile, and uses hardly any CPU resources. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But first, news on the VidBlaster front. We've all been watching to see when the latest... The postman must be here. Sorry about that. We've been watching to see when the latest beta is dropping from VidBlaster. That's going to be version 3.23. And I've been expecting it for 3 weeks. I was kind of expecting it this morning. And it's still out there. Must be a couple of tweaks left to do on it. And so we actually have started a little pool. It's probably illegal. And so if you're with the federal government or somebody like that, yes, I'm guilty. It's gambling. But send me $1 and we'll put your name in the pool, and you can select whatever date you want. And if you guess the right date, and you're the only one guessing that date for the release of VidBlaster 3.23, we'll give you $100 credit towards any purchase with us. If we get more than $100 worth of entries, then we'll give away whatever we get. So if we get $200, we'll give away 2, but guaranteed to get at least 100. So it'll be a lot of fun. It just we've got a bunch of entries so far. Now, if more than one person enters the same day, then we'll do a drawing out of a hat right here on the show to pick the winner. So that'll be a lot of fun too. So you can go to you can go to our new website, and let's see if I've got here we go. Let's do this, and we'll do that. Yeah, there we go. And so there we go. EasternShoreBroadcasting.com, and you can enter the contest. It'll cost you $1. You can do it on PayPal or put it on your credit card or send an e-check or whatever you want, and it'll be a lot of fun. So head over to Eastern Shore Broadcasting and enter the contest. And once your date passes, you're done. You're toast. But you can always enter and get another date. So keep track of your dates, and I'm keeping track of them here. I thought about posting, who had what dates, but I'm not going to reveal any confidences. And there's that one person that entered 23 times. I think they're trying to really clean up. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. Let's talk about video. Used to be called video overlay, but now in VidBlaster as of version 3, it's called overlay. And basically this is an overlay. And you can see it's kind of got a little transparent nature to it, so you can see through it and you can see around it. And it's called an overlay an overlay module. The file that's in it is a .png file. .png. PNG stands for transparent file. Yeah, that's what it stands for. Transparent file. Yeah, it's got an alpha channel in there. And programs like Photoshop can do that. There are lots. Just go on go on YouTube and do a YouTube search on lower thirds, and you'll find 1,000, a trillion different videos of how to do a lower third. It's really a lot of fun and easy to do. Really, much easier than I thought. Especially if you've got a good tutorial on YouTube And you can sort of follow on step by step and do it as they do it. That'll be a lot of fun. So you can build these kind of lower 30 things and have those and load those into your overlay module, and then click the overlay module off and on, and that'll turn that off and on. So right now, if I just click that module, it goes away. If I click the module, it comes back. It's really pretty simple. Now we can also do that, and I'm going to turn this one off for just a second. We can also do that with, oh, somebody's telling me in the chat room that it's not really transparent file. Thank you, Dave. Portable Network Graphics. That's what it is. PNG, Portable Network Graphics. I like my name better. Anyway, the overlay module also has the ability to do what's, I guess some people call it live text. I call it quick and dirty text, and that is you can type in the module, and I've got a module here. Let's see if I can bring it up on the screen capture. Yeah, there's a module, and I can type in text. So we're going to say, oh, gotta have something here. Hello, guys. All right, and you notice that the tally light up here is not on, so that means this module is not active. If I click on, you can see where, hey, this overlay is now on and overlaying. It was quick and dirty, and there it is. We can turn it off. We can also turn it on just by clicking in the module right there, and turn it off by clicking there. Now right here in there is where we could go search for our PNG file. See, there's some already kind of preloaded right there, but we're not going to use those right now. We're going to use this. So we can turn on hello guys, and there it is. Now when, I don't know if you showed up for pre-show or showed up pre-show. If you showed up for pre-show, you saw something like this. Oops, you can't see it, can you? Because it's in yellow. Oh golly. Well, let's just try this. Let's just do this. And that's what, yeah, and actually is this is what it looks like. Pre-show in 0.0.0, and basically that was a countdown timer. That was a countdown timer. And the way that text actually works, let's see if we can, number one, let's turn that off. Pre-show in, turn that off, and we'll go back here, and we'll just we'll type it right in here. And so if we wanted to, well, let's start at the beginning. Let's say if we want to show the current time, we're going to put in the percent sign, a capital T, and another percent sign. And that tells VidBlaster, show the current time. So when I click on, it's going to show the current time, which here locally for me is 2:14 and 13 seconds. 14, 15, 16 seconds p.m. 2:14 p.m. I'm going to turn that back off so it gets out of the way here. Now if I want to do a countdown timer, I'm going to come back and use my same percentage T percentage, but I'm going to put in a Z, a lowercase z here, and then I'm going to put in the time that I want it to count down to. And let's say if it's 2:14 Central Time here, and I want it to go to 3 o'clock, which is going to be 1500. So I'm going to do 15:00 for minutes, 00 for seconds. And if I turn that on, it should give me the countdown, 44 minutes and 48 seconds, which is correct, until it's 3 o'clock here. Now if I wanted to add, let's turn that, whoops, can't click there. We'll click there. If I want to add text to that, I can say, let's just go back here, and then we'll say starting at, and when I click it on, there's my text. So I've now made a really cool countdown timer. Now, this is pretty primitive, I think. You can't adjust the time in terms of taking the leading zeros out and have it just do minutes and seconds, or have it just do seconds. It's just sort of limited to this. But it is functional, and it does do the trick. I can also, let's take that out. Whoops, and we're just turning that off so it gets out of the way. I can also have it a future time. So let's go back to our percentage T percentage, and we're going to say, what time is it going to be in an hour? Well, let's make it 5 hours. So we're going to put in a plus sign, and then we're going to do 05 colon 00 colon 00. And that should tell us something like 7:15 or something. Let's see if I did it right. Yep, 7:16:53 p.m. would be 5 hours from now, and that's going to be counting up. So if I wanted to do a different time zone, the current time, I could do that. I can't imagine a use for that, but anyway, just thought you'd like to know it. So let's take out all of that. Now, I can put in text here, and I can turn the text on, and the text appears. By the way, this is the font is Comic Sans set for, I think, 24, and then bold and italic. And you get to that by just right-clicking on the menu, choosing font, and you can go in and change your font size. And I think we've talked about that before, so we're not going to go into that now. Now, you can also add text from a different source. So, for example, let me just get that out of there. There we go. I can add text through the API with a macro. And I've got a macro up. Let's see if I've got my macros loaded. Yeah, there we go. I've got a macro that says, yeah, I probably need to show you guys the macros, don't I? Yeah, let's try that. Get this out of the way here. We had problems with this earlier. For some reason, I can't move my macro window. It causes everything to jam up. I should have had that up before. Oh well. Let's see. What do we want to do? Well, just roll with me here for a second. Nope, doesn't look like it's going to be responsive. Looks like we have locked up VidBlaster. Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right. Well, stick with me just for a second here, and let's get this thing rebooted, and we'll go right back where we were. And so don't go away until I can get back to where we were. So this is going to be kind of a static screen for just a second. Wirecast is doing the streaming today, so it's kind of frozen with the last image that it saw from VidBlaster, which is good. It's just good. And then as soon as VidBlaster boots back up, we will go in and start the video output, or I guess what they call now the output module. And there we go. Now we're back. So we won't try to do that again. We'll have to do a bug report on that one. So I've made up an overlay. Excuse me. I've made up a macro, and that says this API WRITE API right overlay, and it's overlay number 12. So you have to put in your overlay number, and then I'm going to tell it text and a comma, and then I'm going to write whatever my text is. In this case, my text was HELLO. And then I assigned that to a function key on my keyboard, and that was F12. So if I press F12 right now, it says hello. I've also done the same thing but assigned a different text to a different function, but we're using the same overlay module. So let me go back to our overlay module right here, and you can see off on with the hello right there. And I'm going to say Shift F12, and the overlay module gets new text. It immediately puts that text on the screen. And I think I've got another one under Control Shift F12. Yep, there we go. Oh, and this is my Twitter feed, by the way, at VidBlasterGuy. And then you can follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube, that VidBlasterGuy. We'll go back to F12, which is just hello. And it's able to put the text kind of in and out automatically. So you can use one module, and then with different keystrokes, you can load that module up with different text. So if you need to conserve modules, or if you want to be able to have, let's say, a series of messages, then you can go through your series of messages pretty quickly just by using keystrokes. So that's pretty cool. Now, in addition to using the API to fill in down here where the text is, and we'll just take that out of the way for just a second. Notice I've still got this overlay on. That is, the tally light right here says that it's being sent to the program module, even though there's nothing in it. I can type something in it, and it'll still appear. But let's take that out. I can use the same type function, and this would be the command API. Whoops. Boy, if I could spell, I would be dangerous. API write overlay 12, and I can say now file. By the way, remember overlay 12 is just the number module, overlay 12 on mine. I can say file and then put in the file name. In this case, it's going to have to be the full file name. And if I do that, then that PNG file, wherever it is going to populate right in here. So let's get all this junk out of the way. And I think I've got one saved under Shift F11. And as you can see, I'll turn it off right here, but you can see it populated this particular part with our PNG file. And if I turn it back on, tally light comes on. Whoops, can't. I was trying to go on the screen. If we turn it on right there, there we go. You can see that our PNG file comes up. And if I turn, let's say, we'll go into the module and clear it. That clears out. It's kind of a lingering, I would call it a minor bug, that the graphic continues to show here in the window. But as you can see, it's no longer, it shows in the little window, but it doesn't show there on the screen until we turn it back on. Whoops, until we Shift F11 it, and there it is back again. And we can turn it off, and it's still resident. But then if we clear it, it doesn't appear to be cleared. That's kind of a little idiosyncrasy with that particular program. Okay, so what we've got is the ability to put in the current time in 24-hour clock format. We have the ability to create an elapsed timer. We can do elapsed time. We can do current time, and then we can do a different time zone using the %T commands there that would just be right in the, let's see, go back to it right here. Be right down in here. So %T% is going to give us the current time in whatever our time is. And here in Alabama, it's 2:25. Turn that off. And then we can put in all the other coding. You can go back and watch it again on YouTube if you want to know the coding. And then in the API allows us also to populate this text spot with any kind of text we want. And again, we'll turn it on and it appears. And I've got the ability to put in different text and queue it up pretty quickly in a keystroke. And then I can also add a file, and you see actually the file name just popped right up in there, didn't it? And if I turn it on, then of course it's there. Turn it off and it disappears. So that's our overlay module. That's not all the functions of it, but that's kind of a good look into it and how it works. Yeah, there we go. We were doing one right there. Somebody in the chat room is saying, "Hey, this is cool stuff. I'm taking notes. Is this going to be on the final exam?" Well, it all depends on what's final for you. You know, we're all out of school now. We're just having fun. But the overlay module is a great module. It's very versatile, and you can do lots of things with it. You can actually you can overlay one file over another, which is really interesting if you want to get things stacked up. And we'll talk, I think we've talked in the past, but it's been a while, about taking obviously a lower third like this one, but also let's say if we wanted a picture to appear like picture-in-picture next to me, to have that appear behind me instead of in front of me. We can talk about how you layer that kind of thing so everything looks the way it is. Well, as this backdrop is layered in behind me right now and not layered in on top of me. Let's see, what other goodies can I give you about overlay? That's the highlights of it. You know, and obviously you can type text in and change it manually, and you can add files and change those whenever you want to, but this is some ways of kind of automating it a little bit, and also using some of the command format that's built into the little text bar there to show times. I think it'll be fun. So next time when you see our show at the beginning of the show and it says pre-show starts in, and then there's a countdown timer, you'll know how we did it. And actually credit to Alan Bunt for showing me this and kind of getting me queued up to share it with you guys. It's been a lot of fun. One last little thing I want to share before we close out this segment is normally I'm not a big fan on using webcams for anything other than a shot like this, because this is where I think webcams are designed. You know, they're designed to Skype and things like that. But you can, if you're careful, you can use an extension cord, a USB extension cord with your webcam, and place it somewhere else besides right in front of you. And so just before the show today, I took my other C920. I've got two of them, not on purpose, it's just the way it's worked out. And I put it over behind my right shoulder. So that's the shot on that one. And you can see my studio is currently just a disaster here. But that's not a bad little shot. Not a bad little shot. Now remember, with if you've got two of the same brand and same model webcams, you're not going to be able to control the zoom except on one of them, whichever one is deemed primary. And this one right here is the one that the PC has deemed primary. So I can't zoom in over my shoulder on that one. I guess I could swap them out and have that one be deemed primary, but I like to be able to set the white balance and the exposure on this one so that the chroma key does well. But if you're looking for a way to do a wide shot, here is an option. And of course, if the shot goes too wide and you can't use the second camera to zoom, you can always use a picture-in-picture and crop it down a little bit. And it also is a way you can pull out different heads. If you had, say, a whole panel of 3 people, and you could use a picture-in-picture to crop out the headshots, and then you'd end up with individual headshots that looked like this from a panel of 3 people sitting across. So that's just a little nugget as we talk about that. So that brings us to the end of this segment. If you have any questions about VidBlaster, you can shoot me an email, tom@thatvidblasterguy.com. Oh yeah, I forgot. Full disclosure, I am an authorized VidBlaster reseller. Would love to sell VidBlaster to you so that you can live happily ever after. If you buy it from me, you get You do get free telephone support, free email support for life, either yours or mine, whichever comes first. Somebody asked me about that the other day. I said, how long are you going to live? I said, well, I'm going to live a pretty good while, so let's don't worry about that one, at least not at this stage. And if you're interested in custom PCs or something like that for a particular application, we can help you with that for sure. So, look forward to seeing you next week. If you're watching us on YouTube, tune in sometime live. It's a lot of fun. And if you're watching us live, then this is as good as it gets. So thanks for watching, however you're watching. Shoot me an email if I can help. Follow us on Twitter and subscribe to us on YouTube and all that other stuff. And we will get to you guys. I take that back. We'll see you next Wednesday, 3 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock British Summer Time, 11 o'clock Moscow Time, and 5 a.m. Thursday in Melbourne, Australia. I'm Tom Sinclair, that VidBlaster guy. It's been a treat. We'll see you next time. And there are the doggies on cue.